Hello everybody, today is Friday the 29th of September and I've had a very cool idea with some decision helpers because I got a lot of product and then I get this freeze. I cannot choose what I want to do, so I got an idea last night when I was showering and I already tried it out and it's quite cool, so I want to show that to you. So it's actually quite simple. I made myself some dice, and for that I took a pattern from the internet, put it into Word and just printed it out, and then I wrote stuff on it. So I have 4 cubes with all my brands. I made them in 2 colors and I just put all my brands on it. Even though I just had one stamp set of one brand, it's still on the dice. Then I have a decision dice, blue, green. Then I got one with card form. Interactive is on here 3 times because I like interactive cards, and then those come too. Then I use those. Also, I have 1 layer and with folds. Could be anything, like fancy fold, just, yeah. So that is that one. It's a card form. It is a bit like craft roulette, but different, just to help me with decisions. Then I have one with, what's it called, themes. I got Jahreszeiten, like seasons, birthday, baby card, Christmas. Then there's 3 things on it. It's just because, hello, and an empty one. And get well soon. Gute Besserung. And then I have one for backgrounds. So I got embossing folders, which I use rarely. Alcohol inks, die cut, could be cover plate or grassy borders and things, embossed with a stamp, ink blending, and patterned paper. And once this one would go to interactive, I'm taking those. And here I got Chibitronics, pop-up, slider card, shaker, wheel shadow box, and I have so many, so I made a platform, pop-up, slider, peekaboo, box card, Ta-Da Diorama, a pull tab pop-up, and Karen Burniston. I've got some cool ones from her. And as those are 2 cubes, and also those are 2, so once, if I throw those and then that one, so I got green, I would have MFT or Whimsy stamps. And then I just decide this one's blue, put that over here, and then I throw it again, and now it will be MFT. And the same I do with the interactive ones. I throw them both, and then I just take one, say this one's blue, and turned out blue, so it would be a shaker. So now just, depends on if I would have gotten interactive. I can just throw those. No, it would not have been interactive. It would have been a folds with MFT, with a background with an embossing folder, and just because hello or empty. But I did throw my dice yesterday, and my first card is actually quite cool what came out. I got 2, where is it? Art Impressions. I have a super cute Christmas set, which also turned out, that was my theme, Christmas, embossed background. I have this from, do you see it? Your Next Stamp. They sent it without the packaging with the last orders. So it's like wrapping paper. And the Ta-Da Diorama. And I'm gonna make a card with that today. So I've cut out all my things I need. I have 2 layers of floor. I have a front and a back panel and the 2 side panels. The 2 side panels and the front panel will get my Christmassy, it's like patterned paper stamp. And actually it would be like, this would be right side up, but I don't want to do that. I go put it across, quer, because I don't want to stamp it twice. I'm doing this, and then I try to do the same with the side panels. And I just put a paper down because maybe I can use it as a grid later on for the other part. And that's a problem. Okay. I don't have any space to. Maybe I should have cut it out later. Okay, if I put it back, maybe I should have memorized where it goes. So now I take a pencil and marker about where it should go. So it will be in there. All crooked and everything. Now I put it here. I'm gonna emboss it. So I'm gonna use some anti-static powder, which if you're looking for a refill, there's no refills for that, but you can take cornstarch or baby powder. That annoyed me a bit at the beginning, because I'm always looking for refill things, and I couldn't find anything. So now I hope it works with wands, because I cannot put a magnet down. And I'm taking the Versamark sticky ink and white embossing powder. I still won't see that because it's see-through. Okay, now let's just hope it's enough. And then I have one chance. If I had a corner or something, then I could line that up. But I don't. Okay, let's hope so. Now it sticks to my thingy. It shows a bit. You can see it nicely. Okay, so I do the embossing. I've covered it with a powder. Now I try to find a space for my tweezers. Maybe they. So, okay. So this turned out very lovely. It's very, very sharp images, very clear. But you can see it should be this way around, and I will have it sideways. And again, it's from Your Next Stamp, which is closing its doors, and I got those, as a last thingy. And it's still open. They have a lot of everything needs to go, and there's still stuff there, so I think it's still open. So you should go check that out and do her a favor. And now I'm just adding those. Those are the sides. I want to have the nice, it's going to fold twice in that way. So I don't want to fold it yet. And I just want them like butted up. And I will aim for the middle of my thing. It will go a bit over the, will go a bit over that score line, which will be the side of the thingy. But it's going to be on the inside, and it's not that visible there. So I don't care about that. But I want it... I want it like close there, and maybe now I can use the magnet. And this one really bodied up. So or maybe it will hold. And today there are new episodes from Love is Blind, but it's very awkward. I'm looking for my powder tool. I cannot find it. Has anybody seen it? I found it. And I just moved it again. I want to go ink blending over it, so it needs to only stick to the sticky ink. Okay, let's hope that works out. So, okay. Guess it's a bit crooked. And again, you don't see that much, only when you look at it at an angle. So I got my paper here. Those are now easier to hold because I have half the card to hold. I got, what is it? Ranger embossing powder. I think I got that at the beginning, and already a year ago I was scared of running out of embossing powder. So far that hasn't happened, but I do have the backup stuff ready. So, okay. So now I have those and that one, which I will ink blend a bit later. Those will be red and this one will be blue. And here I will have to cut out the frame. It's going to be the front, so you need something to see through. And it's going to be a heart. And that's why those are going to be red. So, okay. And now I want to do all the embossing. So for the rest, I have my wooden stamp. And I have wooden panels. Those are the floor pieces. And this is the background. It's supposed to be in a barn, nativity scene. So I would take my wooden stamp and just go like upright on the back and across further down. So I have the floor and the wall panels, and those I do like across too. And I will have two different browns and emboss it with clear gloss, and then I ink blend over that too. And maybe my side things need a little too, so maybe here and there I will also put this one, just wall pieces, no floor pieces. Maybe both, like this and like that. Okay, I think I got it. I just need some time to think it through. I'm gonna mask the floor panel, and just so I have them on the same height, gonna go as ungefär. Maybe and that moved. Put it down. It's not gonna be straight. Maybe it has perspective. Maybe it's already included. Okay, and I'm also gonna mask my sides, my fronts, like the score line, because I don't want that wrecked here. And I'm gonna stamp it by hand, and I don't have, I'm stamping by hand, so I need the first impression to be very good, and that does not happen when I use distress oxides or just the distress stuff. And the only other thing is I have one brown stamping thingy, so instead of going for brown, I wanted two different browns, and I don't have that. I'm gonna take black, and then I'm gonna ink blend over that with different browns. So I'm preparing my clear gloss on the side, and I'm just taking this and do that, but maybe I want to turn it around too, so it's not too repetitive. Okay. Also here I need enough ink because I only have one try to do it. And I can differ with the height now, not too much though. So I hope that works. So that's one. And actually the very outer edges are not on the card, then they're not the background. So two. And also here it's just that middle part between the scoring lines. Okay, that did not feel good, but I'm gonna emboss that already and then do the rest, because I want to cover it then and do the other way around thingy. Okay, so I'll be back. Okay, so I'm back. I think it embossed it a bit on other parts too, but this is now embossed. And now I want to do the floor panel. Actually, I can do them one by one. Also those. So I take the same stamp, but now I go sideways, like this. And that's it. But I'm gonna cover. Got my use out of it. It was so expensive. Before I found the cheap stuff, which is superb. It doesn't stick as well though. I got this and there and there. And when I say I'm not a professional, I mean, like, you see that there's a smudge now, and there's always going to be smudges and things because it's just not possible. And as soon as I put on something fresh, clothes-wise, it's dirty right away. It's just not for me. Like a powder tool. Okay. Now this one. Okay. Yeah, it's a bit more stressful when you don't take the Versamark because, and you only stamp once. It's not so juicy then. So this and this. Oh no, that's now sticking out. That doesn't work. Get it all over my thingy. Voila. And now those. One. Okay, and two. Okay, now it also. So now I have my background panel, my side panel, which looks funny, and the other side panel. This is my front panel, which coordinates with that part, and here are my floor pieces. But it just hit me and I'm very tired and I'm gonna take a nap. So see you later. I'm gonna back up. Gonna ink blend those things, and I wanna mask off the side parts, and I'm gonna ink those in barn door and lumberjack plaid or plaid. Okay, and then I line them up. So use the magnet, and I just go over that smudge over the middle, and the rest will be dark red. It won't show that much. There will be the heart in the middle, and it is quite small. And there you see where it doesn't take the color. There's embossing powder where it shouldn't have been. So I'm gonna give it a lighter one. So above of the white embossing powder, I do think it makes a difference. Okay, and now I take my other panel, the front one, which is with the same thingy, but I use blue for that. And for this one I have Salty Ocean and Prize Ribbon. And this is the one where I'm going to cut out the peeping window. I don't know if that works correct. The window to look inside. So it won't have a lot of ink blending either, mainly the outer color, except for maybe on top. And maybe I can use the heart for another thing at some other point. So I can actually touch it a little. And I saw somebody again, Marine Simon, who did because I had trouble with losing my panels inside once it's done, and she put some ribbons on it or something, and that works too. I think that works better than my paper stoppers I tried to make. Oh, this is nice. Okay. So Okay, and buff it off. Now I take another corner. And I think, I don't know if you see it, like buffed off, not buffed off. It does show a bit. Yeah, so good idea to do that. Maybe those showed well. Okay, those. Okay. And now I can cut out my window out of this one, and I just try to middle it like this. So I got the floors I want to do. I have tea dye. I want to do the floor with the tea dye, and then the wall thing with vintage photo and maybe a little bit walnut stain. But the problem I have is this one. So just turn this one around, starting with the floor, and I will also mask this part and this part. Okay, I just do those tea dye. I have another one, but I will use one of those again. Just going for the floor. Ooh. Okay. And there you see a little of the embossing from the sides. I don't care. And I think the back side can get dirty. It doesn't matter. It's always good. And maybe I do want to have a little thingy. Being a bit darker on the bottom. And then going up. Well, might be a weird floor. I nearly stayed on the thingy. Okay, now I'll also switch this one around. And take from here. Tea dye. A little bit vintage photo. Done. Next one, tea dye. Vintage photo. Okay, and where's my second one? Okay, tea dye. I can buffer those off too. Vintage photo. So, maybe a bit. Okay. I never did that. So, vintage photo. Okay. Clean it a bit. Buffer it off. Oh, I think it does something. So the others. Okay, this I need to switch now. And I'm putting my tea dye aside. And I'm only using vintage photo and maybe go to walnut stain. That doesn't hold. Those are not good post-its, that's why it's also not hard to use them. Huh? Well, I actually don't have to cover the edges, but I still do. This is inside the barn, so it's all wooden walls. Oh, one could do a window. And this is now a bit darker on the top because of things. And now does it show? Yeah. Oh, wow. I think you see some dimension. Cool. Next one, same thing. I think I messed up my things now. Vintage photo. Right. This is the back. Something like that. That walnut stain is not really much darker than the vintage photo. Okay, so I thought that was very complicated to do. Well, okay, I kind of missed those up, so that's why vintage photo or the other one wasn't darker. I had them wrong, but yeah, that happens. Actually, even worse, I used the tea dye for something, so now they all look the same. This was tea dye. I think this is vintage photo and this is walnut stain. And I have them in this folder, but I just put them back the way they are now. So vintage photo goes here, then is tea dye and walnut stain. So I write it here, and then I have double-sided adhesive in the back. So I think now I'm just gonna fold it and show you in theory how it goes. So this is my front thingy, the door that opens, and my score lines are there. You barely see them. This folds to the back. Oh, bad paper. And this folds to the back too. It always rips. So, and this one too, like this. On the other hand, it's very clear where to fold it. And then that goes on my background. Closes like this, and this is the front thingy. So, and then when you pull it, you will have a see through that window. Not that much, but you can see the nativity scene, which will be, there's a super cute camel. I love it. I love that stamp set so much. Okay, so here's the camel. I want to put that all the way back on the back wall, because you really have to think how much you can put in here, because not much fits. And then there's 2 layers of things. The back layer will have the donkey, then the front one will have the Jesus, and then on the outside there could be a sheep peeking in. I also like that rabbit, and maybe the cow. They can just be on the outside. And either I have a sentiment on here or do that on the card inside. So, but I'm gonna stamp and color those off camera, and then I will come back to assemble the whole thing. Now I colored the animals. So here, and you see that's so cute. The camel and the donkey are my favorite. And yeah. Art impressions, lovely set, and it comes with the die cuts in the set. I love that when they do that, so you don't have to decide if you want to get them too or not. And now before I assemble it, I need to not forget to put the slits in for the ground floor panels, and you need to line it up with that. It's hard to see now with that score line. And the foot needs to point towards the bigger panel. So this one goes here, and the other one will go there. So, look at my feet, and I just cut out those slits. One is a bit higher on the back, and a bit lower. That's very smart. And same on the other side. Also, I had to cut out 2 of those wrapping arm things, which we will have to score those lines. There. And then we can assemble the thingy. Okay, you don't need those floor lines at first. They go in later, once it's assembled. So you have that thing, which is the background, which goes with those. So those I folded before. I fold them in half, and then I line them up here and glue down just that flappy part. And I will have to pay attention to just not go over that stitching line. So, because those wraparound arms need that millimeter on both sides. I'm going to do that. I take some score tape. I have quite a wide one. And then I think, I don't see where it is. I think it's more important to be closer to that. Unless I take another one, which will fill in the gap. I have all the sizes, so it's kind of cool. Okay, now it's just important that I have it right side up. So this goes over here, I think. Yeah. It is now embossed on embossed, so it behaves a bit weird. I would just try to line it up. Take that back. And out. Flap it down. So, correct. And then the other side can do the same way, or just take it off. And then butt it up. And put it down. Well, nearly worked. It's a bit narrow there. And now you have some sticky part here, but that's why you put it on the card base later on, or one of the reasons. So now that's that part. The other part is this, with those. Here I need a little score tape on those flaps. Then I turn it around and I will just line up the notch. That was perfect right away. Interesting. And then I take off that thingy and stick it to my finger and put it down. Okay, and now I can try to assemble it. So I have those things and I just pull those through. Maybe I should have put the inside layers first, just to see how it works. Now the problem I have with those is that it always falls out again. Okay, now this. So here you have the red heart. So, and now I took it out again. And you just fold those down and then you put them in here. Once they're out, you can open it again and then it won't fall out. So. And I do not find that easy. Also try to pay attention. I tried to make one side of those floors darker, so this will be my darker side, that will be on the bottom. But you don't see it a lot, like my shading. Okay, now so here are the floors. And maybe it's easier to, I need to cut them out. So I cut them all out, and I also have a little star in the set. I didn't use the stamp, but I used the stanza now with, for luminous vinyl foil. This is very good. Very, very, very luminous. See? Okay. And then we'll go, I want to have it here. Or somewhere, or maybe I need to. Maybe I need another one with paper so I can glue it on then. Because this will be sticky. I'm gonna put the camel all the way back. It's too big already. And then it would be the donkey, but then you don't see the camel. Maybe that needs to go on the front. Okay, the camel needs to go on the front. Maybe the cow goes there in the back, which makes more sense anyway. They were in the barn. And then there's the donkey on the layer. Then there's the kid on the thingy, which might or might not fit. Might not fit. Might not fit. Because when I close it, that should work. You kind of, when you close it, you can see how much space there is. It's about that much space on the, there's a little more space on the back thingy. And if I put something that wide here, it wouldn't close anymore. Because it needs to close like that. But it just fits. So, okay, I'm gonna put those on. This just very much to the left. I'm using glue. We'll just hope it turns out fine. I do find decorating the hardest. So pushed as far as I could. And then the donkey only needs glue on the bottom. You can put, I think you can put something to the right or to the left, because it would just push it out the one or the other way then, I think. Let's hope it'll work. Because now this floor thingy cannot go out on this side, but it can just go out further on the other side. Well, in my theory, that will work. A hard thing. Okay, so this one could also go a little bit to the left. And then one may or may not see it in the thingy. Okay, this thing. This image. Like there. Huh? And then I would put it together and try to put those around on the outside. So this is looking in, and this is looking in. And one doesn't see it. Uh-oh. It needs to go more to the right. Oh. Well, it's stuck already. Okay. Okay, so I got it in, and I just put the camel a bit more to the left. And then I can put this cute sheep here. And I do not like the bunny that much, but this one can peek in here too. Like this. Okay, that's quite cute. I did take 2 naps whilst making this card. It was a very sunny day and I didn't notice somehow, and then my eyes got so tired. And yeah, that's where I'm at. And I'm also getting a little headache because of weather changes and things. So, hope there's no glue on the back. That would work out. Well, the patterned paper stamp doesn't make that much sense. In a way, it's not that traditional or that, like, yeah, I think. On the other hand, it's a present that got born and stuff, so wrapping papers, fine. Okay, and I just saw the camel's eye is not nice as I went over it, so I'm gonna put a little gel pen on it. And lost its whiteness. And now I glue on or stick on this one on that paper thingy. Need to find the right, maybe it's the right things. And then I can glue it on here. I can even look up a bit, like that. And now we have our little nativity scene. It will be ein Krippenspiel in German. So, see if it works. It doesn't entirely close because, which one's stuck? It doesn't close. Should close though. Just push it a bit. I guess the thingy was a bit too big. Ta-da! I find them hard. It's not the assembling, but the decorating and thingy. Closing it and opening it. Oh, it's stuck entirely. Why? Whoa! That one. Okay. So it kind of works, but not all the time. So, and that was with my cubes, where I had art impressions, a Christmas background stamp, and another one. Ta-Da Diorama. So, my dice decided this card, and it's quite fun. And I can charge that again. A lovely little scene. I will also put it on a card base, stamp Merry Christmas in there, but in German. Still don't know why it doesn't work. And then I have one card less to do for Christmas. And now I thank you very much for watching and see you in the next one.